Hi, welcome to a brand new episode on a brand new podcast. That's right, ladies and gents, I'm back. Man, it's so good. It's so good to be in this space. I know a lot of you are wondering, where the fuck were you, Dan? What happened? We were asking for a podcast. You didn't give us a podcast. It's been that long. Well, a bunch of things happened. I was on tour for a couple of years with my comedy special, Alive and Vaccinated, which is on my YouTube channel right now. By the way, if you haven't watched it, go check it out. I was dealing with a personal situation that's taking its time. And the most important reason why I was away was because I was trying to figure out a new format for the podcast, or a new podcast altogether. I wanted to do something different, just take it up a few notches. And we finally found a format I'm excited about, and I hope you will like it. So here we are. It's a new podcast called Bitch Please. Okay, what is this podcast, Dan? What is going to happen? Am I going to learn something? Are you going to share wisdom? I don't know. Okay, that's the best part. The format is very exciting. Here's how it works. Every episode will feature a guest who will dial in. Okay, so the guest can be a fan, it could be a friend, it could be a foe, but my preference is fans because I want to connect with you guys and have some fun while we do it. So, yep, there is a way to get on the podcast, which I'll tell you later. But what's going to happen is you are going to have a conversation with me, and the whole hook of the podcast is that you're calling me up to bitch about something. That's right. So the one thing that's really, eating at you in your mind and you want to bitch about it, you get on the podcast and do it. Yeah, it sounds like fun, doesn't it? Yeah, you never know what gold you're going to find. Okay. Again, some things remain the same. I'm still an independent podcaster. Okay, I don't have a big, company sponsoring this shit, which is kind of sad if you think about it. Like, I think podcasts should get more sponsors. Like, this, the industry needs to grow. So that we don't have to ever step out of the house. We just want to like get rich, sitting in our studies or whatever. That's what we want to do. We should have sponsors, but no, we don't have sponsors, which is why this podcast is on a pay-as-you-like model. So if you enjoy this and you want to contribute towards the production of the podcast, there is a link in the description. There are two links actually. Click on the link that is applicable to you and you can make a payment of your choice. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share the video, all right, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Instagram. God, this whole algorithm has made all of us slaves. Yeah, but just do it. Okay, I'm not going to take up any more of your time, but one last thing before we jump into the first call on this season. If you want to get on the podcast, after listening to the episode and you have a great time, you will see an email address on your screen right about now. So write into that email address and we'll get in touch with you and figure this out. Yeah. All right, so we're going to jump into our first caller of the season. Let's see what he or she has to say. Hello?
Hi, hey Danny.
Hi
This is
there, what's your
Katie.
name? Hi, Katie.
Hi, how are
Welcome
you?
to, I'm good. Welcome to the first episode of my brand new podcast. Are you excited?
Oh my God, I am so excited. I can't
Awesome.
even contain it.
Awesome. So, you know the drill. I've already briefed you. You get to bitch about any topic of your choice, but just one. So, what do you want to bitch about today?
Well, this is something that I've been wanting to talk about. I've been bitching it with my friends, so might as well put it out in the world for other people that have been going through the same thing and bitch about together.
Okay. All right.
So I wanted to bitch about daddy issues.
Daddy issues. Jackpot, folks. We hit the jackpot. Very first episode, daddy issues. Nothing, something nice and light. I was just hoping we could start the season with a nice light topic like daddy issues. Good going, Katie. All right, tell me what's on your mind.
So, I mean, it's a pro and a con situation, I would say, because,
Mm-hmm.
it's like daddy issues has made me stronger, but also made me feel like, oh, why did I have a fucked up childhood?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just completely in, yeah, I'm blanking out to be honest.
Mm,
But yeah,
that's fine.
yeah, so I'll just like, so
Okay,
I'm
so you
like,
spoke about
um,
the pros and cons of daddy issues, right?
yeah.
Okay, first of all, I just want to get a sense of this, Katie. How common within your social group is this, daddy issues? How common is it?
Um, I mean, I would say in my friend circle, which is just me and three best friends,
Hmm.
I'm the one with the worst case scenario
But
that
you're saying everybody has it. Everybody has daddy issues.
yeah, they do, but in like different levels, in
Okay,
different levels. So
right.
I'm like the worst case scenario. So that is
So
why I was
yours,
like, might as well
yours,
put it out.
right? So yours is daddy issues max.
Max
You've maxed
eleven
out.
ten thousand.
There isn't space for anymore. So okay, now I'm just thinking, okay, there may be some people who are listening in right now and people are eavesdropping into conversations these days. um, what exactly would you say constitutes daddy issues, just for the benefit of everybody else?
Well, so
I don't know if that's okay
because
to
I
even
have
ask.
no,
Because I
no, no,
just
it is
realized, Katie, this is the
completely
first time I'm
fine.
having such an in-depth conversation about this thing. Like, because daddy issues usually, like, even when we talk about it, it's just in passing. Like nobody really asks what issues exactly. You know what I mean? It's such an umbrella term,
Yeah,
daddy issues, that this is the first time I'm having an in-depth conversation about this. So I don't know. I hope it was okay to ask.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm here for it. So
Okay.
I in for what I for as far as I know, what I have learned through like digging up because I have
Mm-hmm.
recently gone into the whole psychology of what is childhood behavior and what causes certain behaviors in adulthood, which is the root cause of, daddy issues, mommy issues, and
Right.
parental attachment
Mm-hmm.
styles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, basically, daddy issues are when you either have an absent father and then you seek those behaviors, those attributes in other people in your life going
Mm-hmm.
forward in your
Mm-hmm.
adulthood, or you have
Mm-hmm.
someone who has a very secure father who has been there with you for during your childhood and you seek the same traits in your adult relationships.
Right.
So it can be
So
a
it's a
good thing,
spectrum
it can be a
basically,
bad
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think that's a very good explanation. I've also learned something new now.
I'm glad.
Right. So what is it about the daddy issues that you're dealing with right now that's made you want to speak to me?
Well, I would say let's start off with a point that is like a good part of daddy issues, having daddy
Right.
issues
So you
is
said
what.
pros and cons, right? You said earlier there are
Yes,
pros and cons. Okay, so let's start with the
yes.
pros. Let's really, yeah, go with this. Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say I because of the way that my father has dealt with things in my household and how conversations have been dictated and the way that money has been dictated in our household,
Mm-hmm.
like through him, that's the reason that I have become like an independent individual because
Mm-hmm.
he's always like, oh, it's my money, I'll do whatever you want, I'll want,
Mm-hmm.
you can buy your own things when you get your own money, like,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm like, why are you earning money if you're not giving it to us?
So
you know?
is it?
And
Are
then
you
I'm like,
saying? Sorry. Are you saying that a certain lack of security that you experienced in your childhood, you're now, claiming back by becoming this independent person?
yeah, kind
In a
of
way.
like, in a way, like, when
Yeah, I can
they are
relate to
like,
that. Yeah.
yeah, they're like, oh, you can go do it yourself. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do it myself. I'll show you. I'll fucking show you, in that way. I've become
I hope
in
that is
certain
something that
ways.
you said in your mind and not directly on their face, huh? To your
Of course,
parents.
dude. I would be thrown out of my house if I say the word
Yeah,
fucking
it's
loud.
it's 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 pretty crazy, right? If our parents really, heard half the thoughts that are in our head, holy shit! If they just heard half the thoughts in our head, they would be like, "How the fuck did I make this monster?" It's pretty
Oh my
crazy,
god,
right?
yeah.
That our parents have no idea what kind of thoughts run through our minds. Because parents have this perfect image of their children, like their children are just pure and innocent, and then we live in this sort of like semi darkness slash darkness, all the time, and they're just like, oh my god, if they only knew what I was thinking about this morning, holy shit. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, like if I pull it through the other side of the coin, I would say I've also, uh, along with being an independent individual, I've also turned into a rebel sometimes where they're like, do not do this, do not do this. You're a woman, you're supposed to be
Wait,
in the kitchen, you're supposed to
so
do
are we
this, you're supposed
still
to do that.
are we in the pros or the con section? I'm confused now. Where do you want to slash rebel? Is being a rebel a pro or a con?
I mean, for me personally, I would say it's a con because when I am, in general, it may be a, yeah, wait, I'm confused now.
Because think about this, because I
Okay,
would say being a rebel is kind of a must need in some measure, not always, like in some measure. I think having a rebellious side to you helps you become that independent person also, because
right, right.
you're resisting all these other factors that were meant to keep you from being successful. Like society is saying that, okay, you should only choose either one of these four careers, to have a successful life, stuff that was, kind of ingrained into us. Only if you're a doctor, or a lawyer or an engineer, like nobody used to say comedian, when um, we were growing up. And that makes me really sad. I want to see a day where, Indian parents will tell, their kids that, listen man, you want to grow up and do something with your life, be a comedian. No one's saying that right now, but anyways. So yeah, so I think being a rebel, having a rebellious side rather, is a good tool to have in your kitty. I personally feel like I have a rebellious side, and if I were to make a list of pros and cons about my own life, yeah, I'd put being a rebel right up there in the pros. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's where I was coming to. I think switched up because I was gone into the flow of conversation and I forgot what a con is and what a pro is. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely
So let's check the
being a
score.
rebel.
Let's check the score so far. Okay, Katie, let's check the score
Yeah.
so far. Lots of daddy issues, fucked up childhood, and so far you've become an independent and rebellious woman who's not scared of
Mm-hmm.
anything in life now. Fucking nice.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. I love the lessons that we as kids learn from our parents indirectly. You know what I mean? rather
I know,
than
right? I
rather
swear.
than them saying that, listen, this is a good way to do it, they show you how not to do it, and then you learn an even more valuable lesson. Can you relate to that? Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, I will add to that saying that, when someone tells me not to do something because of, even if they give me a reason that this is what will happen, and I will be like, okay, fuck it. I still want to do it because I want to experience it. it might be that might be your experience, and that is why you are saying
Yeah.
what to do and what not to do because out of your experience. But I want to experience it and I want to learn it by myself and learn from my own mistakes and not hear,
Yeah.
like, adhere to somebody else telling me what to do.
I think for me, the favorite part about growing up is learning from other people's mistakes.
Wow,
You
that's
know what I
completely
mean?
opposite.
Yeah, I think so. You and I have experienced similar turbulence, maybe whilst growing up, but I think the lessons, the manner in which you learned those lessons are very different from the manner in which I learned those lessons. Because for me,
Right.
some of the most important lessons in life that have really helped me get to wherever I am right now have come from things that I didn't see happen for me as a
Uh-huh.
child, you know, and that kind of made me toughen up really early on in life. So, and I was thinking about this a couple of months back too, that there is so much that I have learned from my parents when, especially from them not doing something in a certain way that has really helped me realize that, hey, hang on a second, this is a better way to do it. And we've kind of helped each other in a very unique way. Sometimes it's very easy to kind of, when you're processing a negative phase in your life or a difficult phase in your life, it's very easy to get upset and bitter about it, you know
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
usually comes from us not factoring in the human experience, that our parents themselves, let's be really honest, they didn't fucking know what they were doing, the same way how today, in spite of all the perfect Instagram stories and the Facebook posts and that perfect life that we sell to everybody on our phones, let's be honest, when we have no idea what the fuck we're doing, you know it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
So
completely.
for me, I've kind of processed a lot of my childhood trauma by saying, okay, hang on a second, this was painful, but what did we learn here? Or this didn't go the way I expected it to go, but what did I learn here? And that kind of really gave me this toolkit, so to say, of things that I should and shouldn't do, just merely by my parents having their own human experience, they're having their journey, you see. So that kind
Yeah.
of really helped me. But anyways, we're talking about how your parents fucked you up, so sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder
See, we're
there,
bonding
but
here, okay?
yeah. So anyway, so are you done with your list of pros, or do you think there are some other things that you've gained from this trauma?
Um, let's see. I would
So
say
you've got
that's
independence, rebellious nature. Do you want to add anything else to the pros list?
I don't so okay, there's this one point
Mm-hmm.
where I don't know which side it goes, whether it's a con or a pro. So if
Okay,
you can
put
help
it
me
out
out with
there.
this
Yeah,
one.
put it out there, and let's see what whether we can put it in a category.
Well, if I mean, see, now in general, in this era, daddy
Mm-hmm.
issues is very a sexualized term for
Yep.
whatever reasons. And I
Yep.
think I think it's true, because people
Mm-hmm.
like women who have daddy issues are way more hornier than the rest of the people. And
Okay.
I can relate to that kind of, I guess, because I think it's because of the lack of love that you've received in your childhood from a fatherly figure that you go
Right.
out and seek it out from other men. And then you just
Right.
like never
So
have enough. So you keep
fatherly
going
love
on.
turns into sexual love, or sexual desire rather.
Yeah. Like sexual or like just wanting something, some
Right.
feeling of a
Or
man.
Yeah, so sex becomes a way to kind of create a bond that you feel was missing in one's childhood.
I guess because it's like a
Shit,
adult
you know
way of
what, Katie, so
rebelling.
sorry. Katie, so sorry to interrupt you, but a lot of guys who are listening to this right now are going to go into therapy.
See, I
Oh
think everybody
shit.
should be going to therapy regardless who
Which
they
is
are, who they think
absolutely
they are.
100%. I agree. And this part of the podcast has not been sponsored by any therapist or mental health organization. We are telling you this for free. Just fucking go to a therapist, empty your mind. You know, it's like servicing. Just go get it, man. You'll feel
Yeah,
much
yeah.
better. Yeah, 100%. Even if there's nothing happening to you, dude. I used to love going to therapy. Katie, I remember, when I was really um, regular on the regular, when I was doing a weekly basis, I was doing therapy on a weekly basis. I used to look forward to the sessions, man. I used to like, okay, today I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to talk about this. And I used to go to therapy, and I would just sit down, and my therapist would be like, how was your day? And I'm just unloading on her like for 25 minutes straight, and she's just like, bro, why am I even here? But it really made a big difference. So yeah, if you're out there and you've not got therapy, dude, don't. I'm not even trying to sound preachy or woke. It's just such a fun thing to do, bro. It's like you're bitching to a qualified person, to a person who's qualified in
Exactly.
bitching. You know what I mean? Like, you can bitch
Oh
about
my God.
anything to a therapist and they know exactly what to do with it. Like, no, you it's like you vomit something out of your system, and the therapist converts it into art. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah,
The
that's what
whole
therapy
point
is.
of human psychology is just like insane. Where
Yeah,
we think that our brains are so messy wires, and the
yeah.
psychologists just like pick each and everything out and just sort it out for us. And
Exactly.
that's the
And
beauty of it.
which is why I'm saying we're not trying to sound preachy at all. But if you're somebody who likes pushing the limits of the human mind, if you want to see what is possible in here, just go to therapy for the science of it. It's fucking amazing. Okay, so coming back, okay, because we need to make sure we stay on track, Katie. Um,
Yeah.
so the pros. So would
Sorry.
you? So you're saying now a high libido caused by daddy issues, which is probably a pleasant side effect for whoever it is that gets to have a cup of tea with you. You know what I'm saying? So you're
Well,
not sure.
I
You're
mean,
not sure whether that's a pro or a con.
yeah, because I wouldn't say that I regret that. Oh, my libido is so high, but I'm also not in a way that saying that, oh, great that I have such a high sex drive.
But
So
what's wrong with
I'm
having
kind
a
of in
high
the
sex
middle
drive?
because it could be tiring for the other person sometimes.
Dude, you. I was, I was going to say, dude, you only live once, and you're just like, what if it's so tiring for the other person? And I'm just thinking, I'm feeling suddenly feeling bad for the other person. He's just like, bro, I want to live longer. Please stop.
No,
Holy
it's
shit.
just like I think it's coming out of where a place where some men just like want to be just like oh, okay, I want pure love, and it has to come out of love. Those people who are what is the term for someone who gets like aroused by intellect?
Sapiosexual.
Yeah,
Dude, I
exactly.
said that too
So
fast.
that
That answer came out too quickly.
oh my
Right.
god. So yeah, I mean, most men that I get attracted to are like really smart men, and they
Mm-hmm.
are those kind of I of course, like oh, I'm hot, and then they want to like get on with me, but then also on the other side, they are also like, okay, not too fast, okay, slow down, like not too often. those kind of stuff. And I'm like,
Hang on a second.
okay,
So
fine.
you're telling me, Katie, that because of your daddy issues, the men that you are dating are finding it hard to keep up with you?
Sometimes, yeah.
Holy shit! I think all these men will want to get together and give your dad a medal. What the fuck, dude? It's just.
Oh my god, it's
Oh
so messed
god.
up, but it's like
No,
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's
It's
just
that's why I'm in the
hilarious.
middle.
I think it's just hilarious that there's so much. I don't know how to explain this, but man, this is so fucking funny, dude. Your dad fucked you up because of which you're super horny, and the guys that are dating you want to be with you, but they can't keep up. That's a fucking Netflix show right there. That's hilarious. So I mean, if you're asking me, Katie, I would definitely file that under a big pro. That is a big pro, not just because of the possibility of great sex, but also the comedic narrative. Just the comedic value in this whole journey
Oh my
is
god.
hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. So I definitely. So you've got three pros. Okay, come on, Katie. Can you see if you have anything to put into the cons section? You got three massive pros that have come out of your daddy issues. Can you do cons? Can you think of one?
Uh, yeah, cons. I think I have lots. That's why it's called daddy issues, I guess.
Okay, so you're saying
I
that
would.
yours is a situation that weighs heavier in the scale of cons than pros.
I mean, isn't that how issues work? And isn't that how,
Dude, I
like,
don't know,
you know?
man. My daddy issues are very different from your daddy issues.
Oh my god. Oh, I would like to know about that now.
I don't think my daddy issues have made me hornier than usual. But no, I think yeah. So I'm just trying to get okay. So let's go for the cons then. Yeah, let's jump in.
Oh, okay. So I think one of the cons is that I have a very how do you say? Like I have a problem with like being with the same person in in the same room for a very long time because my father used to work for like 6 months, be away for 6 months, come back for 6 months, and then go away again. So we used to have that break, and he used to have that break for himself as well. So we have gotten so accustomed to that trend that even my brain is wired that I cannot handle a human being to be living under the same roof, or even if it's like that is why the whole fact that I cannot work with anybody or relationship, be a relationship, I
So
cannot like
hang on a second.
stay
You're
with someone
saying
for.
so, Katie. Just to sum this up. Sorry, just to sum this up. You're saying that your daddy issues have made it impossible for you to be around other people in the same room for too long.
Yeah, for like a very long time. I eventually like get annoyed or disturbed or some issues. I'll find some fault because he used to be a
Wait,
person who used to like.
wait.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, what you're saying is that you right now, whenever you're in the presence of other people in a room who are very close to you or near to you, you feel the need to tell them to fuck off.
Well, or I fuck off.
Uh,
If that's either of the
in
solution.
yeah, I don't think that's daddy issues. They just call that being in your 30s.
Well, I haven't reached that point to be in my 30s, so I'm
Right.
still like,
Okay, then
yeah,
daddy issues for
figuring
you.
it
Then
out.
you're just experiencing something that you're going to be living every day in your 30s, in your 20s. So great. Again, I don't see how this is a con. My God, I have to put this in the pro section.
Oh, I swear, no, because I think it's a con because I have a dream of like living with the love of my life and get married and whatever. But then I
Yeah.
also am like scared because I have seen the way that my
So is
house
the
has been.
Is the fear coming from a place where you are afraid that the person that you want to be with may do the same thing to you?
Not necessarily. It's more of like the fear that I may do something that will affect the relationship because of the way that
Oh,
I have been
right.
treated
So
or,
that,
been
right,
in this
right.
situation.
Okay, okay. Being on the receiving end of the situation has made you fear that you might be on the other side now.
Right. Like I will act like my father.
Right. So which means you will abandon the men that you date.
I have.
Oh shit! Now all the guys want your dad to give them the medal back. Now they just like no, give the medal. Oh damn! So now because of the daddy issues that you face growing up, you are now abandoning the men in your life. And do you think that's a reflex action, or sorry, do you think that's coming from a place of self preservation where you're saying, okay, before they do it to me, I'd rather do it to them because I don't want to experience this again.
That is exactly like word to word explanation of why I would do such a thing. Like I
Oh,
wouldn't want to get hurt by them,
right,
so I would do the woman empowerment card and be like, okay, I am gonna fuck you up. I am not gonna wait for you to fuck me up.
right, right. So basically, what you're saying is your daddy issues have made you independent, rebellious, horny as fuck, and you also abandon the men you end up dating because you'd rather do it to them rather than they do it to you.
Yeah.
Ah, damn, you're having a charmed life.
Well, I
So,
mean,
okay, but
I
jokes
kind of
aside,
pitied my current boyfriend, but yeah.
so hang on a second. So your current boyfriend is with you and knowing fully well that you could run away at any time.
Yeah, he does fear that a lot,
Wow.
to
Now
be
I want to
honest.
give him a medal because, dude, that's insane. Like that's so cool being in a relationship with somebody and knowing fully well that they could just run away at any minute. Like you're just like, okay, like you never know. Because I think that keeps you on your toes. Like, does it like make him want to do more or try harder? Because he.
Definitely. And that gives me a boost also. Like, okay, yeah, he is
So hang
taking effort.
on.
I'm
The
definitely giving him.
very the potential fear of you almost definitely walking out on him at some point is making him put in more effort into the relationship. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, I can't.
Abs-
You know, I'm really starting to admire your dad, Katie. I'm just like, dude, he's fucked you up so much, but in a twisted way. You're getting great customer service in a relationship. Come on, like you know what I mean. Like so many people are in relationships where they're like not getting everything they want, or not both parties or either one is not putting in enough effort, and here you are, you're just getting the 110% from this guy because he knows that you're going to leave someday. That's fucking like your dad's a fucking legend, dude. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, see, like, I think I can add to the other side of the coin is basically because of this, I have also become a people pleaser, a very hardcore people pleaser, where I am just like trying very hard for everybody to like me. And regardless, they are mean to me, and just like, that's okay. I'll kill him with kindness, kind of stuff, because I was always treated not in a bad way because he's my father. He wouldn't treat me in a bad
So
way,
you're
but
saying,
just neglected.
right. So because of that
Didn't get
certain
that
amount,
validation.
yeah, because of that certain amount of abandonment and lack of validation, you are now extra nice to people, hoping to get that in return.
Right.
So again, basically, your dad's issues have made you a kinder person. No, but
Yeah, I guess.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I think it's just that with me, right? And I have the lens of a comedian right now, even though I'm doing this podcast, is that we just somehow I've just learned to see the funny side through almost every shitty situation. It's just become like a default reflex now. So um, I don't know if it's an escape mechanism or a coping mechanism, but as soon as something traumatic hits me, it's just I'm just like, okay, what's funny about this, what's funny about this, joke, 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 joke. And it kind of makes the weight of it bearable, Katie. So I hope this conversation, and I have to wrap this up now, but I hope this conversation was able to, in some way make the weight of your daddy issues bearable.
Definitely. Thanks, Danny, for giving your time.
Yes, this was a lot of fun now, but I gotta go, Katie. I gotta go feed the pigeons now. But thank you so much for joining me and making this first episode really really fun. And I hope to bump into you at a live show someday.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on here and thank you for calling me up.
Yeah. All right, Katie, you're a legend already. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be in touch and see you at a show hopefully soon. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.
Okay, so that was the first episode of my brand new podcast, Bitch. Please, I hope you had a good time. Don't forget to like the video, comment, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Instagram. That's where all the juicy gossip is. So you get updates about my live shows and all the other fun stuff I'm doing. And again, if you want to support this podcast, it's a pay as you like model. So there are links in the description. Click on the link that's appropriate to you, and you can make a payment that will help us keep this production running. That's all for me from now. I think I will post a new episode very soon. I don't know when, but hopefully, when I do, you'll be around to see it. My name is Daniel Fernandes. Goodbye.